Hey everybody, I'm here at the JLC Trade Show in Providence, Rhode Island at the CutHub booth with my friend Joe. Joe, hey, thanks for having us here.
Good to have you.
Joe, I'm not only a fan of the product, I own a setup of the product and I'm a true believer in it. It's been about 10 or 11 months that we've been using it on our job sites, but for the sake of the audience, can you walk us through your product here?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we have is it's the CutHub Workstation, obviously. And really what it's meant to do is to bring your miter saw and your table saw alive and use them the way that they're meant to be used. Because so many of us have built setups like this out of wood, right? Yeah. And then where does it go after that? Trash heap, usually, right? Because it's not going with you to the next job.
No, it doesn't fold up.
And so that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring something with us from job site to job site was the big thing. And we needed it to last. And we needed it to be frame to finish. We didn't just want a finish tool. We didn't just want a frame tool.
Right.
It needed to be able to handle the big stuff, and it needed to be able to handle the little stuff with accuracy.
You know, it's funny you say that because my experience with it is we use it frame to finish as well as we are remodeling contractors. For framing, heavy cutting stringers, heavy 2x12 pressure treated boards. They sit nice on the flat surface. You can slide it, you can make your cuts, flip it. But then you move to trim and you're doing 16-foot pieces of base or something. And everything just stays, once it's on the table, you can slide it with ease. It's a 10-year plus investment. This will last 10 years easily, or more if you take care of it. And it's the replaceable parts. Speaking of parts, let's talk about the components, because this is really a component system. You can get it small, medium, large.
It's modular. Build as big as you want, right?
So it works off this plate that clips onto these slide out and stored. They store in the tubular here. How many different saws can fit on the plate? You got to drill and
you got to drill and bolt it down to our mounting system. It's a universal mount, and then you're just going to adjust to the height of your saw. So as long as you're 4 1/4 inches from base to mounting surface or to cutting surface here, you're golden with us. And there's only a couple
of. You're trying to get this almost in plane, right?
And so we're again universal mount, and then you just adjust for height underneath, and then you're just putting your miter saw down, and now you're good to go with full material.
If I remember correctly, these mounts, they came with shims that are supplied.
Yes, correct.
And you shim it to whatever height table your miter saw has.
That's exactly right.
So that mounts here, and then the table saw has a stand, right? Move down here.
So the table saw has a stand, and we're not bolted down today because we're at a trade show. We're just kind of zip tied down, but that's what you're looking at right there. So you're just going to integrate your table saw here.
It's
all at the same height, same level, all aluminum, exactly right. And now we have a little bit, you'll notice, it won't slide today because we're not bolted down, but it slides a little bit this way. And that's so that if you need to, you can adjust like this and maybe slide a long piece of, let's say, decking, big floppy decking material, right? That you might need to have a big long run.
A big outfeed table, you've got it. And you could even you could take the saw off and run past and stuff like that. One of the pet peeves I have using it is that I often will put a clamp here. Because if you're ripping a sheet of plywood or something, this could potentially move. Are you guys planning on addressing that
so
in the future?
you're exactly right. That's one of the things that we brought up, or you brought up. So we want that to be able to move, but right now, if you're by yourself and you're ripping a piece of plywood by yourself, you do probably want to set a clamp there.
Or clevis pin or something. I've been thinking of what could I do? Can I put a pin in or whatever? And then these are pretty cool. These
these are awesome. So this is a great.
Just lifts up and off, right?
Just up and off. And so really what we were after is we weren't, and then again just back on. We get a lot of people say, oh, that's an awful lot of money for a chop saw stand.
Oh no,
this is not a chop saw stand. It's a whole complete workstation. Not only is it an outfeed for your table saw, but now this becomes this is an assembly table. You can cut and scribe and drill and do all the things that you want to do right here. So this really, it's the CutHub. It becomes the hub of your job site, really. And you've probably noticed that. You pull that thing out first thing in the morning, and now that thing's working for you all day.
The way we've been setting it up is, we went with 3 of these. So we have 3 of these. 2 of them get attached, obviously, have to be attached to the miter saw. We take the 3rd one, and it's separate, goes off at an angle with the table saw and these guys.
Yeah.
So the table saw has a nice outfeed, and it's got a workstation if we need it. And what we end up doing is we built a box on the side door of our Sprinter van. These three go right up against each other. These guys, we don't pull these on every single job.
Sure.
You don't need them all the time. They go on the other side.
Yep.
Miter saw goes on one box, a table saw goes on the other, and it's all enclosed on the side door of the van. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But what I like about this system too is like, well, we could talk about this.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that thing.
Like this just clips down and folds. These bars slide in and store. It just lifts up.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Maybe like 15,
It's about
20 pounds, 30
each
pounds?
side is about 35, 38 pounds.
38 pounds.
And you
It's
sorry,
light but hefty.
life, but but sturdy. Yeah, that's
Sturdy.
exactly right. And you brought this up here with these legs, so you just flop those up there, and you can. If I pull this, that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Now here's the really cool part. Obviously, we're all-terrain, adjustable.
Yeah, you can for uneven surfaces.
Uneven surfaces. So the great thing about that is obviously you don't always get a pristine job site,
Blocks
right?
of wood,
we're
it's
in
wobbling.
and we're in Montana, where it starts out frozen in the morning
and muddy
in the afternoon, and your job site's like this.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta be able to have it uneven underneath, but sexy and flat on top.
I think it's a really genius setup, and I love how it all folds up quickly. I think it takes about 5 or 6 seconds to unfold one of these. It's really fast.
And we always joke with our customers too that if you're taking more than 5 minutes to set up the whole shebang, you should probably put your coffee down.
Right. Well, once this is mounted and the table saw is mounted to the plate, it really is a 5-minute or less setup. Yeah. And we really enjoy that. And then that leads me to the lines that we got the tape measures here if you set it up properly.
Yep.
And this.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
So this sliding bump stop, Rob, this is worth its weight in gold. This is really honest. I mean, all of it's great, right? But man, when you get to here and you start getting into production framing, or you've got a whole house that you're casing out windows or doors, and you've got to do a lot of repeatable cutting. This right here is so slick because now we're so used to measure,
tape out and measure.
Mark, and I've watched people.
We're eliminating 2 steps.
I've watched people measure, mark, and then square, and then use their miter saw. I'm like,
squaring on a
right?
miter
Who's
saw?
squaring,
Yeah,
right?
You're not doing that.
Measure, mark.
Yeah.
Well, which side of the line you cutting on? Are all your guys cutting on the right side of the line or the left side of the line? Right. But now you're putting your measuring tape away. You can take the cheapest guy on the job, or I can take somebody. I can put my wife on here.
Be careful.
She does. I know. Be careful. I take this home honestly on a weekend, and my wife is like, "Can I cut for you?" Because she doesn't know what she's cutting.
Well, you're doing repeatable,
but she just
multiple cuts with this thing. It's amazing.
I want a 36, and now I'm taking material, and I'm going to town. Truss blocking. You get into a barn, you get into a building, something like that, where you've got thousands of truss blocking. Stick your 16-year-old kid on this thing and let him go to work.
I was doing siding and on a barn. We were building a barn, and I needed, 80 pieces at 44 inches. I set this thing up, and I just cut. I had a vacuum going. It was just repetitive motion. Everything was the same. I measured once, set it up, it was done. One thing that we should mention, though, is if you set your saw up the right way, we actually have a tick mark because we took the time, then this is 0, and then you can go by your measurements on this tape.
That's actually a really good point. So you're gonna zero this thing out to your saw blade, and so that way you're always accurate. And
you can do that by telescoping the post, but you can also slide the miter table as well.
And so that's just really slick. Now, one of the things, I don't know, Rob, have you had to use this at all?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is really cool. That's meant to cover up right here.
That's right. Yeah.
See if we can get that in there.
Yeah, because I think you can only get about 22-ish.
Yeah, and so that's meant, and it's exactly 10 inches. So if I need some blocks that are meant to cover up this naked area in here, I'm just going like that, exactly 10 inches. If I'm at 24 inches, I'm now at 14 inches.
Right.
And now I'm bumping into here. It's just a way to get in and do this.
You left 2 holes here on purpose. Do you see guys mounting a fence there, or is that for something down the line?
So we have a couple of little features on here that are meant down the line for extension or add-on pieces that we kind of envision. We're not there yet. We're working on some things. We're always working on something. Really, it was born out of kind of the framing model. And we wanted to be able to train people. We wanted to be able to take somebody off of the street, and they say they can cut.
And they can't cut, yeah.
They
can't measure.
Can't measure, can't cut. And we're like, how can we make this work? We wanted to be able to take somebody off the street right now and have them cutting for us immediately.
Right. I have to tell you, it's expensive, but it's worth the investment. I've probably gone through, in 35 years of remodeling, 15 different miter saw stands. Like one every 2 years or something, because that's all they last. From the DeWalt with the rollers and the stops, to the Milwaukee that fell apart, to the Makita. I mean, none of them were good. Some on wheels, some gravity rise.
Yep.
You're at the whim of those outriggers that often will drop or come out of alignment, or if you put something heavy on it, they fall because the wheel strips. This is so foolproof and so smooth, and literally sliding things on here. I've even written numbers on it and wiped
and then
it off
wipe
later.
it off, right?
I am sold on this. To me, this is an investment. If you're a serious contractor, you're looking to make a profit. You don't want to mess around anymore. You don't want to ruin nice boards.
Yep.
And you want to be accurate. This is something you need to invest in, like your truck, like your tools, like your employees. It's an investment. You need to look at it that way. So now that I've segued that, let's talk a little bit about price, because it is not cheap, and it comes in different tiers.
Yeah, it comes in different tiers, and so and because it's modular, we can you kind of build to suit what you're doing, right?
What's the basic? Just
so
two?
what we like to say is that you're going to range anywhere from about you're getting in at about $1,800, and then you can go wherever you want from there. We've had customers that spent $7,000-8,000 with us as they fit out their system. So you start out with just adding more and more tables to yourself. So a system like this is what we call the contractor package right here. You're looking at what we call the contractor package. And a system like that's going to go for about $3,500. I'm sorry, $3,900. And then we start adding things to it, or you start taking things off of it from there. So really kind of, I'd say the average of what most of our customers spend with us is probably right around that $4,000 mark.
$4,000 mark, yeah. We went with the extra one of these because I wanted to be able to set up a table saw separate.
So you guys ended up somewhere around, I think, just over north of 5 with us. Yeah.
My problem was, or my issue was, we're cutting 16 footers and we're sliding left and right. I still want to be able to use table saw. There's 3 of us.
Yep.
So we put a separate table saw station. Sometimes, though, we put the second one so we can do 16 footers, and you just have to wait on the table saw if you're running those 16 footers.
So Rob, we have customers that they'll mount 2 miter saws on there.
I can believe it.
They'll table, miter saw, table, miter saw.
Left, right, cuts, bevel, this way.
Yeah, table, and miter saws, 2 miter saws, one table saw.
It's go a mile long.
They're just, you literally can go a mile long with it and do what you need to.
Is there anything that's coming out that I haven't seen yet on this? Anything coming down the pike, or anything you want to add to tell folks?
Well, yeah, so we're like I said, we're always working on things to help us out, right? One of the things that we're working on is just a quick little extension that'll get us out another 3 feet on just one table. So because sometimes you end up with 10 feet? Repeatable cuts that might be outside the length of the table by 1.5 feet, 2 feet. We want to be able to get there.
All right.
We're also working on, I probably shouldn't divulge too much, but we're also working on another mount that is specifically meant for rafter cutting. Bevels, long to short, all the stuff that is so hard to cut, right? So hard to cut. So we're working on that. We're hoping to have a few of our add-ons maybe even available by the end of this year.
Well, I really appreciate it.
Rob, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
I'm on almost on year 1 with it. I can see myself using this right into retirement, and the guys using it well after I'm gone. It's a really nice system. It's the CutHub. We're at JLC. If you're here, come check us out. Otherwise, we'll see you soon. Take care.
See ya.